Hello, hello, lovely people. Remember me? It's been a while. It has been a while. But anyway, I'm going to jump straight into it. Today, I'm going to do a flip through for a journal I have made kind of for the start of spring, I suppose. It's a design team project for Dasher Dave and his digitals, and I have used three. Well, sort of four, but three. I will explain. I've used Divergence, Emergence and Reconvergence, all digitals which you can find in his Etsy store currently, and will soon also be available in his Ko-fi store. All his links are below. Please go along and have a look because it's kind of fabulous, as well as being my friend. And it also uses some scans of some eco dyeing that he and I did together probably over a year ago now, that I kind of liked and came out really well. And so we're going to dive straight into it, and I'm going to flip through this lovely journal. So the cover is made out of Tim Holtz fabric, some of you may recognise. I have a rather large collection. Some people will know my thoughts on Tim Holtz, but I do like his fabric. And I have kind of a large stash of it, and a piece of green faux leather, blah blah, which has got on a curved spine. It's got a hollow back, which you'll see when it opens, and it's got 3 signatures in it. So without further ado, let's dive in. So this was something I created for spring, and I wanted something that looked a bit like a gardener's notebook, and so here we go. Now, my camera's not very high, and I can't get any higher because my bracket won't go any higher currently. New bracket being sourced at the moment. So we'll see what we can see and make sure I try and get it all in. So on the inside, this is another piece of fabric that I've made pockets out of. I don't actually know where that fabric's from. I don't think it's Tim Holtz, but I do like it. So there's a pocket here and a pocket here. And we have a file folder with some paper in that I made, and this is parts of his kit, and a little tag, which also is a pocket, and something will go in it, although I haven't. And then here we go. So this is one of the eco dyes that we did, which I thought came out rather well and fits rather well in this, with a tag inside, which is just a piece of from a book about botanicals, and then from his kit, and this is enamel badges in paper, and I've tried to make it just look like there are lots of little pockets and lots of edging, and I've kind of tried to make it look a bit like a messy notebook. So I'll whisk through it again, eco dye, and then lots of writing space, lots of edges decorated, lots of coffee dyed paper, because I seem to spend half my life coffee dyeing paper. A bag again with an eco dye on it, and inside there's just some writing. And I went with the yellow because it kind of fits with the eco dyeing, and the file folders that I've used throughout. Again, bits of his kit. You'll have to excuse me, he's been sounding a little bit bunged up and snotty. I am full of the joys of a chest infection, so desperately trying not to cough, but we'll see how we go. Again, this is one of his kits, and eco dyeing, little pocket, lots of things. And again from the kits, and this is actually a misprint of lots of writing space. A misprint because my ink was going, so it printed everything really yellow. But again, I felt it fitted really well. Lots of page edging, just to make it look a bit grungy and a bit sort of like things are stuck in there. Little clusters, lots of labels used by all sorts of people. There's one of his from his enamel kit, Tracy Fox, I believe. I'm not even sure who that one is. And again, one of his kit pages, and one of his kit pages on the tag. Oh, let's see if we can get that back in there. So, and each signature has a file folder. At the beginning and end of it, this is just a page from a book, which I've made into a little trifold with a tag inside. Fasten that back up and pop that back in there. And again, I'm sure everybody recognises who this is. Bit of Edith Holden. I have a little bit lying around. All sorts of bits and bobs here. So, again, bits of books, bits of the eco guide, lots of little tags. And again, lots of little tags. Always little index cards, page edging, library pockets that have all been coffee dyed. So there's lots of writing space, and it looks very like, pop that one back in, like lots of notes have been shoved in there, and little bits of paper sticking out. That was the idea of it, to make it look like it was a kind of a well in use spring something or other. Again, part of a book page and an envelope, part of a book page and an envelope. This was a label I made, but again using one of his kits and stamping a label shape. This is from one of his kits. And page edges, lots of page edges, lots of writing space. Another library pocket. Lots of clusters. Oh, a bit of Tim Holtz. That's from a different one of his kits. I think that's from, I think it's called the Equinox, that one. And it's, and I just printed it smaller. That was the whole page, printed down smaller. So lots of pockets. Not everything got filled because it was getting a bit overly chunky. Another one of these, which is, again, a book page that I've coffee dyed, and then put a tag on the inside, backed, and close it up. This is his kits, Divergence and Emergence, and again his kit, and again his kit, or all his kits actually. This is a bit of wrapping paper that I coffee dyed. We have a small bag, it's got nothing in it, a postcard from the Royal Horticultural Society, I believe, and then just more of the same. We keep going on, lots of little pockets, lots of little tuck spots, lots of little edges, lots of areas for writing as well. And the library pocket was one of his labels. That's a book page from a Kew Gardens colouring book actually. Another postcard that I've just inked and coffee dyed slightly. More of his lovely digitals, of which there are many. There we go, more book page, just used to make clusters. Lots of index cards used to make these tiny little pockets, and then lots of clusters on them, lots of bits and pieces stuck on, lots of his enamels. So, and there we go. That is my first video back with you for a very long time, showing a lot of his bits and pieces. This is his kit, 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 this is his kit. See, lots of it. This is his kit. Another one of these, which again is just a book page, which if anybody's interested, I can make a video on how I did all of those, so you can see how I made those. Tucked into a big pocket, if we can get it. Up. And then at the back, I've used the fabric again, file folder with some paper in, and that goes in there. And as I said, it's a hollow back spine, so it opens and lays flat beautifully, so you can write in it. and then it has a little circle here and a tie through the hollow back spine, which ties up at the front beautifully, like so. And that is my spring gardener's notebook, made using Divergence, Emergence and Reconvergence, as well as the enamels from Dash of Dave. So there you go, my first design team project back on camera for quite some time. I hope you like. It was a quick flip through. Any questions? Do all of that. Comment, like, and it's nice to be back and sort of, in inverted commas, see people. So I will leave you to it. I hope you enjoy. It's a very short video, but had to start somewhere, get back into the swing of it. There will be more. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know. Bye now.